Well, hello, everybody. This is Sherilyn Crosscabbage with Ketchikan Talks, the show where we just talk to the folks that live here in Ketchikan, Alaska, and we just find out what's going on in their lives and what kind of things are happening. And I got my good buddy, Steve Hayburn, here. And Steve, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for...
We're out here in the shop and...
Out here in the shop.
Just leaning up against the old bench here. And
yeah, the cutting board. You got
having a conversation, yeah.
Steve, there's a lot of magic that happens here in this shop.
There's a whole lot of magic that happens in this shop. Some of the magic I can't even control sometimes.
You can't even control what happens. Yeah. It smells really, really good in here. There's a candle here, and I don't know if this is what's causing it, but something smells like smoked brisket, a smoked brisket candle.
That'd be a great candle to have. That's something I should probably venture in to see if we can... Take some of the old brisket juices and make a little candle wick out of them.
That'd be nice. See what could happen. You've got
put in a spray bottle for some perfume. Yeah,
man,
or some cologne. There we go. Yeah,
that'd draw them in. I'm telling you, wouldn't it? Well, I'll tell you, there's just all kinds of. This is where Steve does a lot of cooking and smoking.
It's food prep area. Yeah, this
food prep area.
Prep area is kind of like what I do on my giveaway stuff. I do my drawing stuff like that. So yeah, so this is the shop area. This is where
it all goes down. You've got a ton of spices and you make a lot of your own rubs for the pulled pork and you do ribs,
barbecue sauces, and
and you do smoked salmon and all kinds of things, don't you?
Yeah.
What you have kind of a favorite thing?
You know, it comes and goes in phases. Like one year it was like a brisket, and then last summer it was just like everybody wanted pulled pork. So it was the summer of pulled pork. So that was that, and then I did maybe one brisket I think I did 2 or 3 briskets last summer, and that was it. Like the rest of it was all pulled pork.
Do you have any guess for what this summer is going to call for?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what I know Saturday I'm doing a pulled pork. For a little get together here, and we'll see what happens this summer. I'm trying not to do a lot this summer. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm trying to move a kid from 4,500 miles away to Anchorage, and that's a task in itself. And you're trying to compete with a volcano that could erupt. Anytime soon, yeah.
Where's that?
That's south of Anchorage, or in the Anchorage area. There's an active volcano that's kind of like. The lava is spewing, and it could erupt any time. And if I travel to Anchorage now, I could get trapped up there for quite a while. So
that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, don't want to go up there right now. So so that's kind of like one of my stress factors right now.
Yes, that is I can imagine.
We're pulling through it. So
that is a stress factor, Steve. Well, Zach lives in Virginia.
Yes.
And what is he doing there, for those that don't know your son?
So my son's going through law school right now. He got a full ride scholarship to the University of Virginia. They hand out 5 every year, and he was one.
Because he's amazing.
People get him, and I think he is.
He is,
and
definitely.
So, and then he came up here and interned a couple times, and then he applied for a position with the Office of Special Prosecutions. Up in Anchorage when he did his internship up there last summer. He's for about a month and a half up there, and he is going to start up there June 2nd.
That's fantastic.
Graduates May 18th, and then got to get him up there to start June 2nd. And so we spent the last couple weeks in Virginia getting him stuff packed in a couple Connex boxes and trying to get stuff cross country, and he's living actually with paper plates and styrofoam cups. Yeah, he's roughing it now.
He's roughing it, just camping
56 days until he graduates.
Wow.
So
well, he's a phenomenal young man. I just have all the respect in the world for that young guy. He's great. He's very mature and super smart, and just he's got good solid character in that young man does. So so let's talk about what you got going on here for show and tell.
Oh, show and tell. There's a sign that the Bowden girls had made me. Because I say yeehaw a lot in my videos.
Yeehaw,
So
yeah. You also
they
say,
made this sign for me, I think 3 or 4 years ago. They should have put a date on here.
you know what? I've heard you say yeehaw. You've been pretty consistent on that. But what happened to Shamalama Ding Dong? You always said that.
Yeah, it's kind of faded a little bit. But
What happened? Is it trending out?
yeah, it's trending out. It'll come back in.
Okay,
It might
good.
see some life here this summer. We'll see what
Yeah, when the
happens.
sun starts shining again,
Yeah.
and you get the Shamalama Ding Dong going back on. Yeah. Okay, Steve. So, do you have? Okay, you've got your pulled pork, your brisket, your ribs, your smoked salmon, all that stuff. Do you have something that is just like this is what you really really enjoy doing the most, or do you just enjoy?
I enjoy it all. I got into this a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
and what started out as like some cooking videos on my Facebook page, on my personal page, started to kind of take off a little bit, and then I decided to do a Facebook page, and just started doing a lot of fundraising here and there, and kind of like every year I do like between $10,000 and $15,000 worth of fundraising for
Wow.
charities and stuff like that, and for just whatever the community needs. And so like I try to limit like what I do. I know people and I appreciate people asking me all the time to help do stuff, but it's just like sometimes you have to feel a connection to do things.
Right,
And
absolutely.
So, yeah. It's just like one day we did a fundraiser for a buddy named Owen who needed a dog, and I just pulled off a Wolf Point one
Wow.
day, and I said, "Hey, anyone wants to donate $100, I'll match his donation." And next thing you know, we raised like almost $2,500 for
Wow.
Owen to get a dog. So
Wow.
yeah,
I remember that. I remember that one. Steve, how do you like if you're going to do a fundraiser with food? How does that work? Does somebody they just ask you to do it, and then the people just pay for the food, and you just cook? And how does it
Generally,
work?
not like 99% of the time, I fund everything. Like I'll buy the meat, I'll do everything myself because like AMP, they help me out a lot, and I'll give them, I'll throw their name in there when I do stuff if they're helping me out. But like 99% of the time, it's me doing everything.
Wow.
And because I feel like I want to give more doing that, and so yeah, that
That's
happens all the time. Like
That's amazing.
like when I was really active, I'm not active this year, but when I was really active with First City Council on Cancer, like I would sell tickets for the raffle, and I would do barbecue giveaways, and I would give away ribs and stuff like that, and all that stuff came out of pocket, and it's just something I just enjoy doing to help raise money for good causes
That's amazing.
and to help people out. So yeah.
That's very generous, Steve. Thank you so much for doing that. And that's incredible. And I tell you, it's real. If you ever get to try any of the things that Steve makes, you understand why. It's just like, yeah, that's really 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 good stuff. So Steve, what are your earliest memories of cooking? Like how long have you been at this?
I haven't, I've been at it a while, but it's been like I really dug into it like in the last maybe like 7-8 years.
Okay.
It's just really just digging into it. And I mean, if you talk to my kid, he's going to tell you he doesn't have any fond memories of my cooking back several years ago. But
were you doing Hamburger Helper? What were you?
always in Hamburger Helper. Yeah, if you'd ask Zach about the broccoli and cheese frozen meals,
Oh boy.
he would he'd probably have a few choice words for me right now. Yeah, he didn't tell me about he didn't like them, but that came out.
Well, you
a
kept
few
him
years
alive.
later.
You did keep him alive. Whatever. How he's here to tell about it, so it couldn't be all that bad. So you said that the first thing that you cooked for Sherry was chicken piccata.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite things. That's one of my very very favorite things is chicken piccata, and I make that too. We should have a chicken piccata contest and see how they're the same and how they're different, because they kind of have the same elements, but they can be very different.
Just like you'll get chicken piccata any place, so you can get 3 different places in town and have 3 different tastes.
That's exactly right. Capers, lemon, chicken, some kind of pasta, some kind of little sauce,
Lemon
a little garlic,
slices,
little garlic, a little this, a little of that. So what else are you involved in here in town? Sharon was just
man,
talking about
I do. I like with work. I'm involved with the Reentry Coalition a lot. Like I help.
what is that?
Well, the Reentry Coalition is an organization that helps people get people back, trying to get people back on their feet and maybe into treatment and stuff like that when they are arrested and incarcerated. So I work for the Department of Corrections. This is my full-time gig, and I am a pretrial probation officer, and I supervise people who are on pretrial release. And there are various forms of ways I supervise people, sometimes through electronic monitoring, which could be a portable breath device that they carry, not in the cars, and also an ankle monitor. So,
Okay.
but people have some, issues, stuff like that, and they have a lot of trauma in their lives. And so I tried to help, guide them and push them to seek out treatment and try to make their lives better.
Yeah.
And it's entirely up to them, but I'm very involved with that. And that's kind of like what I do here. I'm doing some stuff with Deb Asper right now with the Sea Level Project. We're getting ready to do a fundraiser, I think, in July
Nice.
to help out the youth with there. So haven't mentioned anything about that yet, but first plug about that. So Deb, if you're watching, sorry. but yeah, so we're going to do something there. And so it's just a little piece by piece what we'll be doing this summer with some things.
Very good. Well, she just came in the shop the other day, and we were talking about that project that she's working on, and that looks fantastic. Can you explain what that is?
They've got a building that used to be, I guess it's the old
Bowling alley.
bowling alley video store. Yeah, it was a video store, and so they're going to turn that into a youth center. And they've already secured the building. It's just getting the funding for like the walls and interior projects, stuff like that. So they're raising money like that. So Deb's doing some different things with that, and they're selling sweatshirts now.
Oh,
And
nice.
so for Sea Level Project, which are really cool. So I bought a couple of them, and so.
She was telling me it'll be up. Is it like a community center? Different things going on for kids, teenagers, and kids up to 21.
I believe so. I don't know the
21.
ages. I'm not educated on
we'll get
what
that
the
way.
ages are going to be with it,
pretty soon.
but it's something just to help the youth out, and I want to be involved with that. So
Yeah, it's an awesome service that'll be provided there. Now, Steve, let's talk about something else for just a minute. Are you uncomfortable in any way with how close this camera is? It's very. That's just.
when my eyes are blue. So,
Yeah.
I can tell that.
Okay,
So.
you can just see like every little detail in every little. You can just about count the hairs on our head here.
Yeah.
It's
Some fallacious filaments, as Dr. Pimple Popper would say. You can see them, yeah.
Yeah, you can see every little. Yeah, hold still, Steve. Let me get that. No, I'm just kidding. Dr. Pimple Popper. She get right down to business there, doesn't she? Well, okay, so let's talk about you. You came to Ketchikan, and what made you decide to stay in Ketchikan? Because 2013, were you saying?
Yeah, I came up here and I liked it, and thought I'd give it a shot, and I'm glad I did. It's one of the best decisions I ever made.
Awesome.
And, I enjoy the community, enjoy the people, and I enjoy the projects that goes on. And Ketchikan's been through a lot of turmoil in the last several years, with a lot of disasters, and a couple of landslides here recently, and it's just and we bounce back from everything, and everybody pitches in. And just like when I was away in Virginia, and landslide was happening when I was coming back, and it was just it was great to see that people were just volunteering their own boats to go out and just transfer people up and down, and
right.
people just jumping in and chipping in, and that's what the Ketchikan's all about. That's what living in small communities about, and we take care of our own here, and it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from either.
Yeah, that's right. We look after one another for sure. We have to, and but I think the heart is there to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So speaking of natural disasters, you kind of got ankle deep in one here a few years ago, didn't you?
I literally was. So back in, wow, was that 2013, 2014?
Yeah, it's been
That's when it happened, yeah. So I woke up with my landlord beating on my wall. My door says, Steve, we got a problem. And I woke up and put my feet off my bed into knee-high water.
But let's paint this picture real quick. Steve was living down there in an apartment on Ketchikan Creek.
Yeah.
We were having torrential rains. Like, we rains here all the time. We're in a rainforest. Of course, we get tons and tons of rain, but we were having a torrential downpour at the same time as a super high tide. And when that super high tide comes in, the creek can't really make it out to the ocean like it normally would.
That's right.
And so the rain is coming down and the high tide is coming up. And it met at the apartment. Well, lots of people had issues. Okay, so carry on, Steve.
So I woke up and the cold water like really kind of like shocked me. I was like, what was going on? And I see stuff floating around in my apartment.
Oh my goodness.
And the Toyo stove that was in my apartment was running underwater, and the plug-in was above the water line, and it kept running. And so it's a wonder I was not electrocuted.
No kidding, Steve.
So that was but
Scary
I got stuff
stuff.
out, and went to my good friend Lori's house, and I called her and said, hey, told her what happened, and she said, go see Clark. Clark's at the house. So I went to see Clark at the house, and I will tell you, I walked in. I was only wearing a one rain boot, and I was wearing some boxer briefs, and that was it. That was all I was wearing. And I walked in. Clark was right there. Now, if you know Clark and you know how he is, he was just like, he's like, come on in. He's like, you may fix you a steak and eggs? And I'm like, heck yeah. So I had steak and eggs, and I remember him cooking that steak and eggs for me, and we just chit-chatting and stuff like that. And Lori, I lived with Lori and Clark for like the next, I think, 6 or 7 months. So they're
wonderful.
Really great to open up their home to me and take care of me. So and I'm very forever grateful and in debt to them for that.
For sure. They're wonderful, wonderful people, for sure. Well, and I'm so thankful that you survived, that you made it out alive, that you're good. And I guess a lot of people had some issues with that. And again, we recovered from that and went on to other little bumps and scrapes along the way. So, Steve, can you think of anything else that's pertinent information that you feel like people should know about Steve Hayburn?
I don't know, man. I'm not a big person to talk about myself. I just like doing things and helping people out, and then and this and that. I just enjoy helping the community and doing things and.
I think people would want to know about your 2-story Santa Claus that you had.
20-foot Santa Claus. Yeah, that was fun this year. Yeah,
that was amazing.
That was fun. Yeah, a lot of people sent me pictures. That was great this year.
It sure was. That was impressive. Okay, and you have this First City Barbecue. That's the name of what you've named your hobby.
Yeah.
First City Barbecue, and this is a really great cutting board that you have here.
Yeah.
Who made this for you?
Let me see. So that is all locally done.
Can we show
Dave?
that?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So
okay, let me get that
we
on
might
the
be able to
store.
show that if we can pull it out there.
my
It's really
for the
heavy.
love of Pete, whose idea was that?
Here.
I see that it was a little bit heavier than I
Pull it around here.
anticipated.
There we go. Yeah.
But that is
So this cutting board was sourced by local talent.
oh my goodness.
So Dave Smith and his brother, did the wood for me, put the wood together, glued it, and then Dave Morningwood Smith, he's the one that did all the filling in with the resin, and then Steve up to Sign Pro has a wood CNC machine, and he's the one that did the CNC work. for this. Yeah, so
That's really beautiful.
I don't use it. I used it one time, got some scratches on it, and I don't use it now. It's just like a showpiece. But
I was going to ask if there was anything you use. I guess you could use the backside if you wanted to and not mess it up. But
it's all
beautiful.
yeah, it's all food grade. I mean, it's all food grade stuff on there, so I wanted to use what I could. But yeah, so that's the.
Well, that is beautiful.
That's the thing of that. Yeah, so yeah, it's really heavy.
Yeah,
It started out like twice as thick as this.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm like, gotta have something thinner than that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a monster cutting board.
Yeah.
For sure. As is this one down here. Where'd you find this one down here?
Oh, these came from Madison's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Madison's got these cutting boards for sale. So that's where these came from.
Yeah, that's real. These are really great. Yeah. These are really great. You got everything set up so like you know what you're doing in here.
Yeah. I've been getting into like sous vide a lot here lately. It's like cooking stuff in water in a water bath.
Really?
Yeah. And so I do that a lot here.
I do that.
I do a lot of stories on Facebook. You know, like little short cooking stuff like that. What I've been doing, I started this little series here earlier, like, you know, what's for dinner tonight. So I do like a little short story in the story section on Instagram and Facebook, and
everybody should check you out right there on Steve Hayburn on Facebook. Now I do that little hot water bath with eggs in the shell, you know, and they turn out to be hard boiled eggs. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
No. No. What are you talking about?
Because you're trying to trick me here with a trick question, Sherilyn.
Yeah, I do that with potatoes sometimes. No, what? Say it again.
It's called sous vide.
Sous vide.
Yeah.
That sounds French.
I don't know if it's French, German, or if it's Dutch or Arabian or whatever, but it cooks some pretty good food.
Really?
So yeah, so it's just a little tool. You just get a little it's fun, and it cooks perfectly good meat. It cooks meat to the perfect temperature every time.
Wow.
It doesn't overcook it.
Okay, so you get do you boil the water, or you just get it to a certain temperature?
So it's a little device, kind of like no bigger than this right here, that goes down the water. You turn it on, you can set temperatures to different things. Oh. And then it gets that water at a certain temperature, and it stays that temperature.
Do you have that gadget around?
And it's in the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that is I mean that's very interesting. And how do you spell sous vide?
SOUSVIDE.
That has to be French. That
has
might
to
be French. Okay. Well, if you can't think of anything else that people need to know about you right now, Steve.
I really can't think of anything else. Well, I mean, I've done everything in life. I've operated backhoes, trackhoes. I've done a lot of things. I was a police officer in Ohio for a while, and then came out here and then continued law enforcement degree in the law enforcement profession, and so
and DJ down there at KRBD.
KRBD to DJ at KRBD. KRBD at DJ.
Yeah,
it's getting a little late here, but no. So I did that for a while, and had my little radio show there on Saturday mornings, and then and you're a singer. Yeah,
you're a singer. You're a musician.
Yeah,
you know a lot of country singers.
Yeah,
you do a lot of.
Yeah, worked in Nashville for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
built a house.
Place,
you built a house. You've done a ton of construction and stuff around here. Built the deck out there. You built this shed we're in right now. Your little cook shed. And what brought about this cooking shed? What happened that made you go, I need to do that?
So we built this to do like storage, because we were renting a storage unit out north, and as much as we were paying, like, well, let's just redo the shop out here. And so we gutted it, and then I redid the whole interior, and to put storage on one side, and then the other side is kind of like my shop area, where I have a couple freezers in here and a fridge, and then I got the vacuum sealer over here, and so it's kind of like my place to come out and do my own art, and with food and food prep and this and that, and it's a good time. A lot of good times out here. And if I want to, I got a big 55-inch TV in here. If I want to come in here and watch some TV,
there it is. I mean, there's a big old TV.
Pull out a chair and sit down and watch some TV. So
it's a good setup. It's a real fine setup. This is a great place to work and get stuff, food prep, all that kind of stuff. You got your little scale right here and your disinfectants, And this is for in case anything catches on fire, I reckon.
Well, I got no running water out here, so I bring my water jugs out here.
There you go. That works. Do you have electricity and plenty of it?
Yeah.
Well then, Steve, I guess then if that is all we're going to share today, we'll come back and do this another time when we got more updates on what's going to happen in the summer.
Yeah,
and
I just like to.
Oh, I know. Just if we had Lander out here, I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm sure. Lander. Yeah, I'm sure that we'd stir up some stuff. Yeah,
he would stir up some stuff for sure. But and so right now, I guess what we're going to say is, thank you all so very, very much for watching. I certainly do appreciate it. I want you to like and subscribe on my channel here. If you just hit that like and subscribe, I certainly would appreciate it. And as always, I want to say, Steve, thank you so much for doing this.
Well, thank you for asking me to do it.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure.
Very honored to do it. I just wish I could give you some more content.
Oh, one of these days.
Because
No, one of these days.
We'll do another one of these days.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
But,
absolutely. We always need to do a follow-up, Steve. And then next time we'll have your guitar out here and we'll sing I got friends in low places. Now what we did was I got friends in.
See, I knew. Yeah. You're trying to. So I knew part of this interview was going to be trying to get me to sing.
Oh, always, yeah, of course. But I got friends in
low places.
Oasis. I don't even know that song very well, but okay. So as always, thank you all so very much for watching. I certainly do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
We'll see ya.
Yeehaw. Do your yeehaw, Steve.
Yeehaw.
There it is. Bye now.
Bye.